interviews with business owners and veteran executives who share their wisdom and expertise to help you de-stress, free up time, and make more money. Profits of IT. Welcome back to the Profits of IT. I am Jim Punzenberger, your host and the creator of the Managed Prospecting System. If you're looking to generate new clients or partners without cold calling, ad spend, or spamming, be sure to check out managedprospectingsystem.com. It is a snowy Thursday here in Wisconsin, and I'm talking to a guy that's in the warmer climate of, where are you? You're in Florida?
Tampa, Florida, the home of ConnectWise.
The home of ConnectWise, yes. And the home of the Gulf of Mexico and palm trees and no snow.
Oh, it's wonderful. We're actually sunned in today.
Are you going to be able to make it home?
It's going to be tough, but we're going to manage it.
Do they have sun removal equipment for the roads?
Yeah, it's all out and deployed in full force. The sun removal equipment, got out early this morning, so I was able to make it to work. I'm waiting for the next round for them to come through and clear out some more of the sun so I can make it home.
I'm glad to hear that you're going to be able to make it home with all that sun in the forecast. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a quick bit about your company, DataCorp.
Sure. So DataCorp is founded in 2003. I got laid off from my job as an IT administrator, and I found myself to be very unemployable because my last job review said does not play well with others. And so part of what I was telling you before is I also, I'm a very faith-based person, and felt God was calling me to start a business. So I figured I'm unemployable because I don't play well with others, and God's telling me to start a business. So I might as well start a business. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Yes.
And here we are. So almost 20 years later, we'll be celebrating 20 years in September. And DataCorp
congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thriving and successful MSP. We've got 8 employees, and we've got a great set of clients that trust us to handle their technology and be a strategic partner with them. So what can I say? I'm living the dream.
Glad to hear it. So what's something interesting about you outside of work? I heard you might have crashed an RC helicopter or two.
I did a podcast with Channel Pro, and I think the name of the podcast was Rapid Deconstruction. So we talked a little bit about some of my crashes, but yeah, I fly RC helicopters, and hopefully you can get that picture I sent you up on the screen sometime. But we last year was actually my first crash in 3 years, and that was devastating to watch that thing go down. We actually couldn't find some of the parts. It was such a horrible crash. But I fly competitively. I fly in the AMA Nationals every year, and it's a lot of fun. In 2020, I think it was 2020, I won was it 2019? I won the sportsman category, national champion in that. That was a great battle. And it's amazing when you're flying or doing anything competitively, at the end of the day, you're really competing against yourself. And if you let your other competitors kind of get inside your head, it stops being fun. And you're like, man, this is like work. And so I was actually a little bit behind in the competition. It's like, okay, I got to clear my mind. I'm out there having fun. And that's when I started flying really well. So it's fun. It's a great way to relax from work, and nothing like taking about $3 to $4 grand worth of helicopter and throwing it around in the sky like it's nothing, right?
Yeah, and then crashing it to the ground, and then it crashing to the ground sometime. I guess that's what you have 100% chance of the helicopter crashing, and if you fly it long enough.
at some point in time, the odds are not with you. You will crash it. You will wreck it. That was the first crash. 2 weeks later, I was at the nationals competition. I had just finished competition. It was the first time I was seeing my airframe sponsor from Germany. They flew over to be at this event. And so there's this thing I do that some of the people in the hobby know me for. I fly the helicopter at very low rotor RPM and fly it around. And when you do that, you have absolutely no power. So you have to stay really ahead of everything and just have it all under control. And so I was getting ready to do a maneuver at low RPM. He's standing to my right.
And do you fly nitro or battery?
I fly both electric and battery, and coming soon, hopefully, jet turbine. So that's pretty cool. But I'm getting ready to go into this maneuver, and I'm like, hey, Joseph, I'm about to roll it. And he says, don't risk it. So I start rolling it. And sure enough, a wind gust hit it. And because there's no power, it just couldn't handle it. It just went straight into the ground. Parts went flying everywhere. I'm just sitting here like, and so he's laughing his butt off, and he's like, don't worry about it. We got parts. We'll take care of you.
Wow, that sounds like a nerve-wracking experience when your helicopter goes into a million pieces.
Yeah, and here I got the owner of my sponsor company watching, telling me, don't risk it. But I'm blessed to have an amazing sponsor with Miniature Aircraft. They take such good care of me that it's fun, and getting to meet them last year, well, not meet them, but see them. I hadn't seen them because of the pandemic in almost 4 years. So getting to see them was good, and then getting a good laugh over it. I just talked to them this weekend and brought it up, and they're just laughing about it. That's just how they are. They know that crashing is part of the hobby, and they know that it's having a good story to tell is almost worth the crash. People remember the stories.
Got it. So moving on to business, I guess the question of the day is, what do you contribute your success to in business, or what might you say is your superpower, or what you do better than anybody else, and how could others learn from that to improve in business themselves?
Yeah, so obviously, I talked about my faith, the fact that I was called to do this. I was given a calling by God to just basically service what he brings me. So part of that ties to, we'll talk about my superpower. I am very gifted at defining reality, and I'm very gifted at communicating reality. So with that calling, I get to define what success means. And for me, success means freedom. So a lot of people define freedom with financial goals and with other types of metrics. My freedom is with my time. I see money as a renewable resource. Some people see money as a finite resource, so they cling to it. For me, my time is my finite resource. So for me, every time I would hit a milestone with net income or revenue or something, my brain doesn't go with what can I buy next, or how can I change my lifestyle or anything. My mind always goes to, how do I free up some more of my time so I don't have to work that hard to get to the next milestone. So
I think the same way as you do.
Yeah. Probably why you got out of the MSP business, right?
Yes, that was being the owner of an MSP business can be very time consuming.
It is.
And it doesn't, clients don't know, like, they don't care if it's 7 p.m. at night and you're having dinner. All they care about is that they can't get Word to open on their laptop, and they need to get their document needs to be done for their client tomorrow, and they're calling you because it's not working.
So, and what's crazy is, it's very tempting to look at that as a problem. It's very natural for us to look at that as a problem. I see it as an opportunity, right? That's something I can't control. I can't control their emergencies. But what can I control? I can control my response to their emergencies. I can control my team's response to the emergencies.
Hmm.
I can create an environment where my team is free enough to respond to those emergencies after hours without it being a burden. So what does it take to do that? We have to have great processes. We have to have great systems in place. We have to have a culture that allows for that, so that those client emergencies, they're not a burden.
Uh-huh.
They're actually a blessing, because guess what? They trusted me enough. They deserve to get that value back so that they can call us whenever they need, and we can be there and be their hero. So that's kind of like the way I think, right? What is it that I can control? And I actually have a little T chart in our conference room, and everybody in the company participates in this. We put on one side the things we can control, and then we fill it with post-it notes. We took that blue painter's tape, drew the T chart,
Yeah.
and we take post-it notes, and everything we can control goes on one side, everything we can't control goes on the other side. Now, we have like a rule, right? If you put something on the side of something you can't control, then come back. You don't have to do it at the moment, because again, creativity has no schedule. But you have to think, what can we control to manage what that thing is that we can't control? And one of the permanent ones that I leave on there is the economy. We can't control the economy. What are some things we can do? You've got a prospecting system. If you work that system's going to have actions that you do on a regular basis. You are guaranteed to get a result, because sales is a numbers game, right?
It
The
is.
more activity you have, the more results you get. Okay. And over time, as you get better selling, because guess what? The more you practice it, the better you get at it. Your close rate goes up, and it will take fewer activities to get the same results. So again, that's why that's my superpower. I look at it, I get really, really focused on what reality really is. And then we get together as a team and we say, okay, maybe we can't control that, but maybe there are some actions we can control.
Yeah. Well, any other thoughts regarding this, and how can I improve on this? And or anybody else that would want to improve on this?
Exactly. And involving the whole team in the process gets everybody to buy in. And that's how you build a team that grows together, that learns together. And one of the cool things about our culture is, we don't have any sacred cows. We can ask why. Why do we do that about anything at any time? We're going through right now and retuning our standards for tickets. Okay. And one of my guys, my team lead, said, hey, that I don't know that we can do that. Do you think if we changed it to this, we could would that be acceptable? I said, look, my intent here is I want our clients serviced. I want them serviced well. I don't want you guys to have to work any more than you have to. I want the work done right. And hopefully at the end of the day, I want to get a feedback from the client that's a positive feedback saying, hey, we serviced them well. So as long as it meets those criteria, and then within our mission, vision, core values, so that it's not, obviously not something illegal, unethical, or immoral, right? Outside of
Hmm.
that, you have the full creativity of however you're gifted to look at the problem and say, look, here's the solution that we think. And so he went back, he made some notes, and he said, here's how I would do it. And I said, okay, do it. That's cool. So it just creates an environment where everybody's got input into how to make the machine run. And as long as I'm communicating the reality of, here's what we want to accomplish, here are my limits, here are my boundaries, right? This is the box that we need to operate in. And then run off and deliver, right? Take care of the client and take care of each other.
Got it. So any final thoughts on this?
Define success to what fits you and your personality. Nobody else can define that success. If you try to measure yourself by somebody else's ideal, you're always going to come short.
And I guess we got a opportunity for a networking moment. I guess what type of businesses do you guys serve, and how do you serve them? Who should be reaching out to you, and why should they be reaching out to you? I know I'm really good at asking long questions, but I'll give you as much time as you need to respond.
Yeah, we love serving small businesses, anywhere from 10 to 50 employees that use computers. So some of our clients have 200-300 employees, but about 50 of them use computers only. And typically these businesses are similar in culture to ours. So their teams are always looking to learn and grow. They're very strategic in how they operate their businesses. And the owners are typically growth minded. They're always, sparking ideas and coming up with crazy stuff and then saying, "Hey, Angel, how do we make this happen?" That's what lights me up, and that's what lights my team up, is solving those creative challenges that our clients put on our table. So those are the types of people we love to work with.
Cool. And if somebody wanted to reach out to you, what'd be a good way of getting a hold of you?
LinkedIn is the best way. So LinkedIn oh my gosh, I don't even know my URL. Angel Rojas on LinkedIn.
Angel Rojas on LinkedIn. We'll include contact information in the show notes, so
perfect.
It'll be easy for the viewers to find that and reach out to you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Jim.
Well, thank you for your time today and your free willingness to share your knowledge.
Anytime.
And until the next time on the Profits of IT, I am Jim Punzenberger, your host and the creator of the Managed Prospecting System. Be sure to check out managedprospectingsystem.com.
Thank you for tuning in to the Profits of IT. Please smash that like button, subscribe, and share.